Hey guys, Natural Aesthetics TV. Today I'm going to do a video about bench press. How to improve your bench in 10 seconds by 5% or more. Just a few little tips on the setup and how to approach the lift to help you guys out. So tip number one, use chalk, liquid chalk. You can pick this up from most fitness weightlifting stores online. People were under the impression that you can only use chalk for deadlifts, back movements, but I use them for press as well. It just enables you to hold the bar nice and tight. There's no slippage, especially when you're sweating or the bar's greasy or the grip's not sort of designed in the best way on the bar. Then this helps out a lot. Which leads us on to point number two: squeeze the bar as tight as possible. Okay, you're trying to crush the bar in your hands. If you're squeezing the bar tight, you're going to be able to produce more force, albeit very slightly, but every little bit helps. As well as squeezing the bar, you want to be trying to pull the bar apart. You imagine there's a slight crack in the middle of the bar, and you're trying to pull that and break that crack. Okay, so not only are you squeezing, you're pulling apart. Okay, especially when you start to slow down on your rep, where you feel like you're going to stall, you're grinding the rep out. Squeeze that little bit harder. You can always squeeze harder. Okay, and that's going to help you push through your sticking point. Okay, which for most people is about sort of 5 or 6 inches off the chest. Okay, tip number three is the setup on the bench. Okay, which I'm going to show you now. So first things first, you want to lay down on the bench. Okay, and you want to tuck your feet up on the bench and then lift your bum off of the bench so that all your weight's bearing down on your shoulders and traps here. So you've got about 60 to 70, 80% of your body weight bearing through your shoulder blade, scapula and traps. You want to remember that feeling, okay, and you want to try and emulate that when you come to setting yourself up on the bench. Alright, so that's three. Number four is the actual setup itself. What I do is I position myself a good foot behind the bar in terms of eye level. So between my eyes and the bar is about half a foot to a foot of space. I then tuck my feet back on my toes and I feel a stretch on my hip flexors. I then push my hips down, push my heels down onto the floor. You should feel a more severe stretch on your hip flexors. I then pull myself in so that my eyes are level with the bench without moving my feet. So most of my weight is through my scapula. I'm pinching my shoulder blades together. Okay? Grip the bar, squeeze the bar, heels down, shoulder blades down, breathe in, and then pull the bar down while squeezing the bar and pulling the bar apart to your lower sternum, keeping your shoulder blades in, tucked in. And then push yourself away from the bar. So, by pushing yourself away from the bar, what I mean by that is if you're pushing the bar as fast as possible, sometimes you lose that tension in your shoulder blades. If you imagine you go to a gym and you watch the machines and you see these beginners on machines, as they're benching or as they're chest pressing, they'll do that. Okay. Sometimes when we focus on pushing the bar away from us, that kind of happens just a little bit. You lose that tension in your scapula, which is going to cause you to become weaker on your lifts. Your form's going to break down. So you're pushing yourself away from the bar. That way you're pushing yourself into the bench. Okay, so it creates that tightness in your scapula and your shoulder blades that you want. So yeah, 4 or 5 tips there on how to improve your bench. That whole setup will take a matter of seconds, and it's going to improve your bench by a little bit. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you learned a little bit. If you want to see lifts, videos like this, the lifts like squats and deadlifts and such, then just let me know. Subscribe, guys.